Now you stop. Stop doing what the fuck you're doing. There we go. There we go. Sometimes you just have to be assertive. Okay. And then I'm going to put on the intro song just so that something happens. And we are going to go on in about... hold on. 1 minute, 57 seconds. Yes. Yeah. Nice. I'm gonna roll myself a little sick for this. Yeah. I might not hear you, by the way. Here. Like it's really loud. Yeah, I can hear you, but I hear the music of the stream on top of that, and it's really loud. I still have to fix. Yeah, I'm hearing the stream, so that's why I'm kind of, and also the water is boiling. I love the song though. Nice. Well, just wait a sec. You're going into a story. I don't want to get the full essence of the story. I'm just gonna. There we go. I'm just gonna go right in here because people are like, what story? They haven't heard you. Well, let's just start this off officially. Stian, welcome back to the land of the living, and I have been looking for you for ages. Thought you were dead. Was gonna launch a freaking international search and rescue team to find you, and then not have them rescue you. I was picturing you building a temple in, bare overalls, and then we found you, and I was gonna travel down and just, hey, Stian, and then just see how you reacted, and that would be an amazing, yeah. But then you reached out, so I didn't have to. But now here you are, and now I can ask you a lot of questions. But before we get into that, we will have to try to keep this to 1 hour, 1 hour and a half ish. Both for I know we're gonna have to do more conversations, but I have specific questions I want to ask you. I want to hear your story organically and dynamically in all the ways you can, and I will arrest you on things. I look forward to this. This is gonna be a very interesting episode for everyone watching. So
I am really.
Yeah, I want you to introduce yourself. Who are you? Who are you if I'm not introducing you?
Well, who am I? Like, my name is Stian. Like, my name is Stian, and like, who am I? That's a good question, no? Like, I've been learning that I'm a medicine man, basically, living now in peace, like Peru, learning more of these natural medicines, no? Always having the medicines with me, learning more. But basically, I'm young, I'm 23 years old. Come from Norway. Had lived a life of drugs and stuff like that, and way out. But basically, the plant medicines they have saved me, and they brought me on the spot. And now I'm learning this way of the medicines, the natural medicines. I want to help out with certain ayahuasca in the future. I'm bringing ceremonies to Norway with queens and chipivos as well, organizing this. So that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Josh. Does it answer the question, maybe?
Yeah, kinda, and it also brings me straight into a question of myself. Like, because you have had an amazing story. Just seeing that you started in Norway, you brought your backpack on your fucking shoulders, and you sold everything that you had. You have left out so much gold in the little recap of what you've done. Then you start to walk down the freaking length of Norway, which many people will see that it's not fucking short. It's a long way. And the adventures on there, you slept outside in a Norwegian winter. That you have slept
No.
outside on the streets in Peru. You've done a lot of things that you're not giving yourself credit for. And yet, to sum that up, what is up with 𝐒𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿? What is those two words? The 𝐒𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿.
Ouch.
𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐿.
Ouch.
What is
Ouch.
𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐿?
That's like the question for me now is like, should I give you the answer or should I wait until you're in the ceremony and learning this for yourself? What's the question?
Interesting.
No, like, yeah. So basically, I've been out here in Peru. First I lived with first I started traveling down in Norway. Like as you say, I sold all my stuff, gave away my clothes, and like I did like everything I could to like get money to get to Peru.
Yeah.
Like in good ways. And then I started to travel down in Norway. I did a lot of like the first week of this journey. I surfed for the first time in Norway for the first week. I went on the mountains, did mushrooms in the mountains, went through hell on 5 grams of 𝐶𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿. And then I got myself out of it. And then I was celebrating like, woo! Yes! And then the northern light came.
Yeah.
On the sky for me. Not very bright, but like it came.
Yeah.
Then I continued my journey. Tried to paraglide for the first time in Norway in Loen, and also snowboarding like with a lot of powder. It was amazing. Went further down in Norway, met some people in Bergen, and then Stavanger. Stavanger was special for me because I've been like out, very tired, smoking a lot, to be honest. And then I got there and I sort of was like, the medicine came to me before I came to medicine because my friend, he came with dimethyltryptamine, Shamla. So Shamla came to me and like started doing work for the medicine already. And that was the last week before I left to Peru. And then I left to Peru to live with a 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 family in Pucallpa. So I lived with a 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 family to do healing and to learn the way of the medicine, basically. I lived there for 1.5 months. I did my dieta. We did ceremonies every week.
You have to go into a little bit on what a dieta is. Like people watching this, a dieta is talked a lot about, but nobody is really going into what that is.
Okay, so a dieta, usually you get this. Like it depends on the purpose of the dieta. The 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 was they read my energy and they was like, oh, you need these plants, you need to do like this. So they gave me 4 plants actually within the first week. And then I like sort of was in a diet for 1 month almost. And basically a diet usually is like you get 1 plant within like, let's say, a month, and you have a strict diet when it comes to eating as well. But you get 1 plant, for example, Wumisana. This is actually Wumisana right here, one of the plants that I dieted. But anyway, you get like this, and you get it from like a shaman. Maybe like 5 or 7 times within that month, I think. Because I did it a bit special. I haven't really done this way, but this is the normal way. And then like basically you work with the dieta and with the ayahuasca and with like the shamans. And these plants have special purposes or like capabilities, so they can help you out with different type of things. And for me, getting these 4 plants, it was really to like just help me like clean my energy, just get like basically like dark entities and like things that were like energy that was like possessing me, like parasites, just getting that out, like exorcism. Basically, that's what happened for me in the jungle. Like, had some real struggles with like marijuana addiction. They helped me cure me, I will say, because now I know I can choose not to smoke weed, and I'm not addicted to it anymore. But anyway, yeah. So basically, these dietas, you can learn like to connect more with the plants. That's what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna learn more of these plants and how to like cooperate with them basically and align oneself with the plants and like receiving medicine from the plants, knowledge from the plants. So that you can do. For me, I did the 4 plants within the first week. I was quite strong. Like I felt those plants like all the way. Still feeling. They told me that these plants will like work within me for like a year or so. Um, so it's very strong, and like some people used to get these diets because they are recommended to do it because they need to heal in a certain way now, and they get these plants by the shamans. But also there's like like basically like young medicine men as me knows that want to be like basically like a little baby maestro, that want to learn more of these plants, and like so I will do dieta for this reason, to learn more of the plants. But like yeah,
And they're not only
I'm not sure.
psychedelic plants; they're like plants.
Oh yeah, they're actually not psychedelic.
No.
They're actually not psychedelic. But like the cool thing about these plants is that they work in your dreams as well.
Yeah.
So these plants will often like give you tests, for example, in your dreams. They can also like take you to like these magical spaces, and you can also be very aware in your dream that aware is a dream, and you can also like as I were in one of the dreams, I was like creating these patterns, these ayahuasca patterns. I was like I was in charge of this, like I was the one who controlled this, like I could create it and stuff, and I can like jump into this portal of purple jaguars to stop coming like this, and it was like I was very like yeah, it was amazing. And this is a dream, and I was like very conscious about this being a dream. And after a while, I got like more and more vivid dreams, and I got more and more awake in my dreams. So I realized that wow, I'm in a dream, and now the plants are giving me a test. The plants are testing me. So yeah, so yeah, it works a lot in the dreams, basically, dream realm, and also here in out here you will be presented with tests by the plants, and like I was the plants were like, yeah, you passed this and you got through it and everything. Even though I think I failed a bit because I ate some, because you're not supposed to be eating salt or sweets and stuff for some plants. And I ate some salty crackers at the end there, and a piece of cake because it was a birthday. I was living in the family home, so it's another retreat center. I wasn't too good actually, but because I can like fuck up the work now, I can make it worse. Basically, I think if you don't do this in the right way.
You think?
Um,
Because that is a very big point right there.
Yeah, because right now I've been also like struggling a bit with like eating like salty stuff or sweets and stuff. So I figured since I fucked it up in the dieta, I didn't really get like what I needed. But that's okay because this way also brings me to I'm going to Brazil now to do dietas with the 𝐒𝐞𝐿 actually. Even though Shipio is this, it's got my heart as well. But like something about the 𝐒𝐿 ceremonies and me being young and wanting to experience all of this. But anywho, no.
Interesting. You said ayahuasca patterns. What is an ayahuasca pattern?
Well, I can't really explain it, but like you know, the sort of visual effects that you can have on ayahuasca.
Is it different from psilocybin?
Yeah, it is. It can be way more intense and way more vivid and like way more real as well. One time I drank this black ayahuasca. Black ayahuasca is very strong. You know, the ceremony, and when it started to kick, it was like, and I was like, it was like either I leave my body now or I stay here. It was like I was at that point, but I didn't dare to leave. So I was like a bit scared. So I was like, oh, not this time, maybe next time.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. But that would have been profound to really it's my dream as well. Just really leave my body, like really leave, like with my consciousness somewhere else.
You haven't.
Some kind of other dimension.
You haven't done that.
And maybe like in some ways, but like not fully like. Not that I remember actually. Not a super profound experience that has like really taken me out of my body.
That's interesting.
Not yet.
Because see, that's one of my huge quests is to find the answer that I think is out there, that it is not about ayahuasca or mushroom or anything that is kind of altering anything or putting you into contact with more. It is all you and your energy and how you manifest that. So when we were on we were at the campfire, like up on the mountains. We're going to talk more about TTX, but we were in that freaking room in front of the wolf. Some people will know what I'm talking about. Some people won't. And I was, during that meditation, traveling to the far outreaches of consciousness. I was not in my body. I was so far out there. And this was not even psychedelics, right? And when I came back, I got so freaking seasick of my own body. Like it was raw. So I just, I purged the biggest freaking pile of puke I've ever seen. So
I remember.
yeah, exactly. And I've done that without anything, like just through meditation. So I think that is possible with or without ayahuasca. But it's interesting that you were put on the test. Like you were sitting there with the choice of leaving or being there. So you chose to stay. What happened? Did you feel like you were getting punished by Mother Aya because you were in there, or?
Not at all. I just felt like I wasn't really ready to leave. I talked to the master as well, and she was like, "Yeah, but that's because to be able to come back, you need to be ready for it, right?"
Oh, that's profound.
Yeah. So like, I'm very curious about. I'm very curious, but when it comes to like Santa Maria as well, like when I've been working with this medicine now, like entities has been reaching out to me as well through marijuana.
Try defining that.
Like
entities.
Actually, this is quite interesting. Have you heard of Saint-Germain?
If I've heard
of Saint-Germain.
Yeah, I've heard of Saint-Germain, like the person or like the cathedral or.
So basically, it's like this type of entity or so, or like this being from some kind of light dimension or like energy dimension, basically. And there's this guy who's able to channelize this being, and he channelizes it, and it talks through him.
Yeah,
and it gives him a lot of like really deep knowledge of the universe and like
it's like how Abraham Hicks. Like Abraham Hicks, just channeling entities. Hold on, I'm just gonna close the door. Yeah, so he's channeling and he's getting information from outside of Saint-Germain.
Oh, and Saint-Germain, and the cool thing about it was that like I was just learning some of it. I was in my process. I was living with the shaman for a little while here in Pisak. She welcomed me and stuff. But anyway, we had some very strong ceremonies actually. But then I was in my process with marijuana, rapé, mapacho, sananga, doing this ankoka, doing this type of ceremonies that I do with these medicines, using them in the right way, in the right time and stuff. And I was like very like much in my process, and then suddenly these three entities they came, and they like sort of like shifted my reality a bit, just like this, and to check. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I'm a good God, serve this. So they granted me wealth, basically, infinite amount of wealth. I think, like, yeah. So they granted me this. I was very thankful. And the next day, my friend that I just met, he came over, and he wanted to do a sigil for me. There's this affirmation things, right? And he chose to make one that says "I am rich" for me. I didn't ask him. This was the next day. And the cool thing was that also after he gave me this money sigil, "I am rich," he also showed me a video from Saint-Germain about teaching me about this "I am" as a manifestation of how strong this is. Like this "I am," like if I have a bad stomach, like or so, like I am the healthiness and the wealth, or like I am the good feeling in my stomach, basically.
Yeah.
And like sort of activates from something like that, and like how you can use this to create your reality. So for me, it was a gift that was gifted. So sorry, it was like because the master that I was living with at that time is very connected to the Saint-Germain network. She's like translating for that and stuff into Russian and stuff. So basically, it was like it came to me, sort of, like, and gave me a gift. And this was on marijuana. And yesterday also I noticed something very, very fascinating when I was going to bed, because I was sleeping and then I was in some kind of space, and I remembered it was like almost like a code that the gift, like I was able to get into a space where I was seeing world and life and everything from like a totally different. I was like the master creator or so, like I got all of that knowledge. And then I was like, I knew the words, but they didn't make sense for me. It was like, and then I tried to repeat it, and then I heard something say, "No, don't try to repeat it." And then I sort of like fell out a bit from it, and then it didn't like sort of like the phrase or whatever that I remembered,
Yeah.
that I understood there. Sort of when I got out of it, that didn't make sense. It was like carrots, grandma, and like police, I think, or like something like that. Like it was some kind of crazy thing that made a lot of sense for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like something that was really like profound actually. But then afterwards, it just like I sort of like I was like, what? So that was sort of also I feel like some kind of entity or something that was reaching out for me, out to me. Maybe it's myself working with the medicine as well,
Yeah.
from like altered reality or like from a future reality, or for like for maybe it's, let's say it's me being more evolved, more my consciousness is just evolved to like whatever, and I'm able from that realm to get back here to help me out to get to that realm because I got there. That's what I feel time traveling is, to be honest. Like I don't I feel like time traveling happens from within, or like there's no reason to like bring a big metal car and then fucking fly around to another time. You know, I think it will happen from within, and we will make. Let's say we do time travel now to like help and like correct the past or so. I think it happens from within, and we do this now with like ancestral work and working with this type of things. It's also sort of like time traveling, more because we're sort of like we're our own ancestors, so like just helping the generations to come, and maybe we are the ones who like help ourselves from that reality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. But I'm not sure
No.
if that, because I think yes, and I think what if? It's like you know, you know how weird this whole journey has been. Yesterday, I was thinking in the morning, what if the center that we're building is not there where it's currently at? What if it's somewhere else? And I had a meeting that day with someone I've never talked with. She's been following the whole thing since 2012, and we never talked. And then we met in person, and she said, "There's a Viking village like 20 minutes from your place that is going bankrupt, and they're not using it anymore." I'm like, "Yeah, so that was what is gonna happen, you know." And then you have TV2, like the fucking TV stations. You have I'm talking
Um,
to freaking people with a massive network that is now currently doing things that is just putting the whole dream together. And I think,
oh,
yeah, but see, that makes you think, because when you have these visions and you see, let's say that you see the future, because in some ways you do. When you see the vision of where you want to go, you see the future that you want, and then everything that is going to lead you to that future is just going to pop out like blindingly obvious when you're walking that path.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah, so the energy from the future is helping you today, but you're creating the energy right now because you are it and everything at simultaneously, regardless of time. So it's like it's so huge, and just that's why we just focus on the energy, the frequency, because if there's one thing that I saw was apparent throughout everything, it is that I was feeling so freaking invincible, such a high vibrating frequency that people around me started saying, how is that possible? I slept 7 hours in a week, and I was just doing things aligned. And when I went to sleep, I was like, aha, I've earned this. And then I just popped back up when I was done sleeping, just continuing that vibe. I'm still unstoppable.
strong. That's strong.
Yeah, it is. It's insane. I turned down $8.5 million yesterday. I said no because it's not
Yeah,
aligned.
oh,
Yeah, it's insane. So I think that everything happens in some way. Cannot really fully explain it yet. I know it's happening. And that's why it's so interesting to hear about the perspective from ayahuasca, because you know my story. I don't want to do ayahuasca until I'm in South America and it's my coach doing it. And
I
here,
respect that.
yeah, here it's been just natural occurring medicine that is growing in the nature here. So it's energetically aligned, or what you will. Or I'm just stubborn. I have like these principles. But I've
Oh,
experienced things that for me just make so much sense. And I'm talking to other people and they see it from a different perspective, but it's the same goal. You know?
yeah,
That's kind of also why I'm so fascinated by 𝐓𝐡𝐞 and 𝐒𝐿.
yeah. Oh, because these people right here, like they understand this as well. They see reality as we do,
Yeah.
and what I'm so thankful for is the job that they have done in their lives, because they have gotten so far. They've created so much for themselves. and now they are here and they see reality as us, and they also see that they want to share and they want to help out. So I'm really thankful for the help that they give. Actually, it's profound. Really, I can see like similarities in my life as well. You know, I feel like I went through this life of drugs, and I felt like I sort of like chose to go into that. You know,
Mm.
and I did the job to get the experience that I need. So probably my focus with the medicine is to help people out from drugs. No,
Yeah.
probably, right, right, and that's what I'm realizing now. So I feel like there was some kind of similarity to that process.
Yeah.
But ouch, 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 ouch.
But see, ouch. It's so interesting, and also
Okay.
you're dressed differently. I see that.
Yeah,
Like,
this is actually my ceremony pants. Actually,
yeah,
um, this one I like. I use usually. This is like one of my favorites.
yeah,
And these are made from Shipivos. So these are Shipivo patterns. These are Icaros.
nice.
This is Anaconda on both there. Um,
That's
this
like
was a gift
stories.
actually from my Olivia that I was dealing with in Pucallpa.
Mm.
And you do know that we have like a lot of these type of clothings as well.
Mm.
So if you want to help out a Shipivo family, support the village, just let me know.
Yeah,
And they are actually creating their temple as well
yeah.
with this money.
I like that. I like to be able to make a difference somewhere. But
Oh,
so your
that's what
clothing, it looks comfortable. They look really
it
good,
is.
and it's for me, it's logical that you would use that in the environment that you're in. What I have issues accepting or understanding, I'm not sure which, is when people come back from South America and they are in the Norwegian climate, but they're using Peruvian clothing.
There's no way that I would dress a bit different, man. Are you crazy?
Different than
Is it? I, of course, I found myself, man. This is who I am.
I
So this is
love
how I'm
that.
dressed up.
That I
Yeah,
love.
this is how
Yeah.
I'm dressed.
Okay.
Take this off. I was thinking about it when I'm in Norway. I was like walking around like these people gonna think I'm crazy, you know?
Or you're just gonna
Like,
be like, who's that? That person has a story.
you know,
Yeah.
what do you think of my chains? You like my chains?
What do they symbolize?
This is actually ayahuasca.
That is ayahuasca. Nice.
That's ayahuasca.
Mm.
I have a bottle of ayahuasca as well, but I don't want to get it. It's in the fridge.
Yeah.
But it's ayahuasca. This was a gift, and this about. Um, yeah. But what about you, man? Like you're you're in Norway now, tribe experience. What is really tribe experience? Like I haven't really gotten into all of that as well. But like
I th-
I felt a bit disconnected from the tribe, man. Like I was like, what is the tribe doing that I hear like, oh, you know, we did TV2, the biggest news channels in Norway, just sharing about our experience, just learning, and oh, by the way, like a lot of people like we have full booked retreats now for people
yeah.
for like $1,000 each,
Yeah.
and yeah, I was like, wow, what?
Actually,
Like
that's this season. In winter, we have for 200,000 crowns each.
you have, oh, oh, oh. Well, that's special, man. That's special. These people are very thankful for these people.
Mm. Yeah, I mean the tribe experience became so much more because we have the FML project that evolved into the Legacy Forge. The Legacy Forge had a community called Tribe. Inside of Tribe, you have like-minded people who's working towards the same goal, and to do that, there's a fucking path. Everyone knows you went through the 100 challenge, which is now Saga, self-awareness, growth, and adventure. So we basically tried to create everything into a real life adventure video game almost. Your life is a game, and you can play it as you fucking choose. If you have the legacy keys, right? So we just tried to make it as accessible and also fun and freaking epic as humanly possible. So I can say that welcome to the Legacy Forge. Are you ready, Legacy Forger? All those things that just people liked, and now that we're talking in these big visions, a whole bunch of world changers are reaching out to help us. So the tribe
Oh,
experience is that. It is an experience. And TTX is just that little, us meeting on the top of a mountain for 4 days is just a fraction of the tribe experience because that's just growing. And as you know, these whole ceremonies, they start at the moment we meet. And then when we do the medicine, we've already been on that trip for a long time. Yeah. So it's an experience. It cannot really be explained in words, but we have seen some massive transformation on those things.
I was just thinking about like not only did like Frederick like
Yeah.
what was about Frederick like he's on his way to live in Bali making like 200,000 pounds or dollars a month.
Yeah.
It's just
You're in
wow.
Amazon.
That's
You're like in Peru, and people like,
I'm actually take about it.
yeah.
I'd be like this, yeah, and I got here like I dreamed of, and he's where he dreams of.
Yeah.
And you as well, you got what you dream of, man.
No,
Like
no, no.
the
I
dream,
haven't even started yet.
you got like, how you got it. Segura film, Segura film.
Yeah.
I got this. I got this.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the way, like house or aho,
Mm.
aho, as I understand, means like I acknowledge, like I affirm it, like it's real. Aho, aho.
Mm.
You know. Um, and house means you can use it like may healing come. You know.
Mm.
So if you're in meditation, as I use it, like house. If I have a feeling, oh wow, house,
It's
because
alignment,
may
basically.
healing like it's also it's also as I heard maybe as I heard some okay I haven't really learned this one all the way yet, but as I heard there was like basically it all started with a like a big snake or a big anaconda or so, like that created the world or something like that.
Mm.
And basically as I heard the first word of this anaconda was house
Mm.
or something like that.
That's
So it
interesting.
was yeah. Um, my friend know this a bit better actually. He just taught me this one with the anaconda. But as I was learned first, may healing come,
Mm.
and you can use it in this way. But not only like to heal, like, but you can also use it like to create. So
Yeah.
if you have like an idea here and you want to create it here, you can like house
Interesting.
in some ways as well. Um, and also like segura film. It means like I got this. So if I face a challenge or like for example, waking up early to sit you, it's a good thing. Like to yesterday that's, or if you have like in ceremony with ayahuasca, for example, like it's a good thing. Like I got this,
Mm.
we got this. Um,
Nice.
yeah. How should I use mostly? I like it a lot. I love it actually. It works.
I've noticed.
Um, and yeah, like I also am experiencing a lot of knowledge of the marijuana actually and like with creations.
Mm.
And for me, when I do my marijuana, I get into some kind of ceremony space basically, where I like work with my creation, you know? And it's very beneficial to work for
Mm.
creation, and it helps a lot. I'm really trusting medicine, but also what I learned is important to respect the medicine and respect the
Yeah.
spirit of these plants because these plants have spirit,
Yeah.
and the spirits, right? It's important to respect them because when you respect them, they also take you more seriously, so they want to help you out and it's stronger. You get more force from it as well.
Yeah.
All of the plants that just really I can show you more actually. I have some videos about like how I do this and stuff, and they're like on YouTube and Patreon and all that stuff. But anywho, like important to always respect the medicine, so you pray with the medicine maybe,
Yeah.
and the medicines will teach you. Marijuana will teach you. It's a master path. You know, if you ask and if you're humble enough and you have the respect and you ask for the knowledge, please, or like ask to be taught or so.
Yeah.
But that will teach you.
Yeah. I
You
agree.
have to be. You have to. You know, have to be aligned with respect as well.
I agree. But I also think that you can do that with frequency.
For sure.
Yeah.
In what way?
I think that like the plant medicine and like every plant medicine or natural medicine
Um,
puts you in alignment or peaks up the window so you can feel something that you haven't felt before, that you are going to be conscious of how to get to that feeling again. It's like you said, like love. Maybe someone else said it today. I've talked to more people today. If you have a glass of water and it's this full, and that is the amount of love that you felt, and that is the amount of love that you understand, until you
uh,
feel love more, that people actually, if you are in a destructive and violent relationship all your life, all of a sudden you meet someone who loves you for who you are, your amount of love understood dramatically shifts. It's a different energy. You are going to feel different. And I lately I've just been seeing that there are several channels to where you can feel great. And if you are aligned, you are going to feel great anytime, like all the time. And you're going to be in that frequency, and energy attracts more of the same. So that's why, like, I've seen all these weird ass synchronicities, like huge miracles happening. Like, yeah, makes sense, So I think that plant medicine opens the door, but it's the tool, and you are the medicine, more or less.
Yeah, like the plants have knowledge, right? And they can teach you this so that you can have it for yourself as well.
Yeah.
Trust.
Yeah, I believe that. And I think that that is probably one of the things that we've seen most on Tribe Experience. The first one we had, 11/11/22, we had not just one who was visited by a demon, but we had one who ended up in a mental asylum. He was locked away in a mental hospital, and now he's out and he's doing better than before, and he's understood, seen, and he's doing something that makes sense to him. Because it was, yeah, and that is because he learned he was the medicine. He's powerful as fuck. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's good, man. That's good, actually.
What do you? Because you have been on these ceremonies with us, which is now, because the Tribe Experience is just evolving. When people pay, you can do a whole shit ton of more things to make things awesome. So, for the ones you've been a part of, what have you experienced in yourself? Like, what has been the benefit of being through those ceremonies, being with the like-minded people, talking about the things that we've been talking about? All these things.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate it. Actually, I'm very thankful for it because it gave me a new insight and new hope as well in my life. And I was like, I felt quite alone now, and I didn't really have. I got depressed. Like I was like, fuck it again. Like no way. So I decided to do mushrooms. Then I got to meet Tor, and like this experience is just wow. To really have this connection with someone, it helped me a lot. It was like a young man, no, with like a lot of great ideas and like really good heart, real pure energy, and really wants the best for the world. But like he's young, hasn't really learned yet. But then like Thor came, so like, brother, just like this and this, that received this knowledge. I won't fucking let you go, man. You're gonna do this up, So yeah, it was very beneficial also to have a brother to talk to, really to share my knowledge, to give to be vulnerable with as well. To really have somebody to trust and like to be able to develop in that way. It's really beneficial. So and yeah, with all of this and with the ceremonies, it really helped me create my life, to be honest. The cool thing, because I was at a point in my life, like basically a point in my life, sort of like I decided to become like a shaman in the next life because like because of a process of me deciding to die and stuff, and like I was presented with a choice, and basically ultimately I chose to become a shaman working with ayahuasca in Peru. This was before I've done ayahuasca, at least in this life. And then yeah, that shifted my reality, right? And then I was like, wow, I was really I was very curious now, more curious to what do I want to do with this like medicine work, so when we were at the first ceremony, and like I was like sorting myself, my process, and then I got out, I went by myself, and then I got back in, and then I felt the medicine were like really channelizing real through me, like just being there really for Frederick, like really being there like in the space. I was like, I felt so, I was like, wow, so amazed by myself. I was so amazed by myself. So I felt like it's from within, no? That I know like this comes from within, and for me it's very interesting. And for me, I have deeply respect, and I'm very thankful for the medicine because the medicine has saved my life as well. So that's why I'm on this, because not only because that's what I chose to do, like when I really got to be free and choose my own life in the next life, that's what I chose to do. And now I'm here. Um, and yeah, yeah.
When did you get on the plane? Like what month?
April. I've been there for like four and a half, maybe almost 5 months.
It was
Time just
fast.
flies.
Yeah, it's just. And it also from after you said that you're gonna do that until you were sitting there.
Yeah, yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's unfathomable.
Yeah, because
Something
the
like
first freaking tribe experience, like 11/11/22, was in November 22. It's not like it's 10 months ago.
yeah,
Under a year, and you've already spent almost half of it in there where you were going for the dream.
oh,
Yeah.
it escalated quickly, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I'm really thankful to be back here because I had this thing that I tried to figure out on like with organizing ceremonies here.
Mm.
But I'm a bit scared and stuff. Like, so I
Mm.
hope that the tribe can come together. Like, because I haven't done this stuff before, but I figured we could do this together now.
Mm.
Maybe.
Yeah, and
Uh-huh.
I know that fear. It's a respect. It's like you're doing this to guide other people in the darkest pits of the recesses of their consciousness, which is sometimes a fucking frightful thing. But you've been there, and you know that it's about surrendering in love.
Yeah, yeah. Like I've been there. Like right now, where I am, um, like it will be my first like facilitation of ceremony when they are here actually. It's cool. I know them from before. We're gonna do a ceremony to connect more and some stuff. We're gonna do apparently some ceremonies before we do the ceremonies here in the valley.
Mm.
And really it's all coming together as we trust the medicines here. And these are really, really good shamans. They work at the Temple of the Way of Light actually. They are like prestige. So I'm very thankful for being able to live in their home. So thank you. Gracias. Thank you to 𝐓𝐿. Really, I saw twice that big. The guy who was like in NRK, the guy who like, man, just moved out of the business life and all that to like becoming a true medicine man basically, and like moving to Peru with ayahuasca. I've been doing ayahuasca and serving a lot for. Yes, I think it's facilitated more than 200 ceremonies. I think.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, or maybe more now. Who knows? But like,
Yeah.
he's the reason that I got to this place because he was working with these people. I'm very thankful.
Yeah.
Actually, it's also the reason I got here to Pisa. He was recommending me to come. So
Now you're.
I don't really remember. Well, I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, you remember the people that got you where you are. Like they are family forever.
Oh yeah, because I was just remembering that I'm here now in the creation of these people coming here. So it's just I just can't feel actually, but I gotta be serious as well. But I gotta, as we say, like when we're aligned, we just gotta trust ourselves in the moment that these creations happen, like because we have this is going to happen, So like for it to happen, I must do these things. So the surrendering to the way, to the path.
Yeah.
You don't have to know the way. The way knows the way.
Exactly.
You don't have to know the way. The way knows the way.
Yeah. I mean, if you go into the mountain, the top of the mountain, there are many, many paths to the top of the mountain. And you're wasting time if you're running around telling other people at the bottom that it's not possible to climb the mountain. But going up there, you just need to go up. So right now, you're going to Brazil, right? That is the next.
Yeah, I'm going to Brazil, to 𝐒𝐴CRE, to live with the Huni Queens, and I want to learn more of their way of ayahuasca. And I'm also going to learn combo there. Ooh. Because I want to do combo there. You know the frog?
Yeah, I know the frog.
Have you seen? I have here. Maybe you can see. Maybe.
Oh look! So they become scars.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool as shit. That is epic. Yeah, I love that.
So yeah, I love it. So I'm gonna learn more of the combo as well. I had this feeling that I like it. So I feel like I know I'm doing combo in Brazil. And for some reason, I feel like I had a feeling that I was going to serve combo in Brazil. No, not in Brazil, but like in Mexico for some reason. And the cool thing, my friend was like, "Oh yeah, if you want to bring Huni Queen to Mexico, let's go, let's go, let's go." So I was like, wow, maybe that's where I do become. Like,
Yeah.
maybe that's what's happening. Maybe it's Brazil and Mexico, because I was thinking of like coming to Norway. I'm going to Norway at least with these people after
Mhm.
Brazil, but maybe take some time, because going all the way to Norway with people is gonna be expensive. We gotta have already people um that's booked in to like private ceremonies and stuff,
Yeah.
and we gotta get all of that covered so that we have like plane tickets and we have like
Yeah.
rooms and everything. We gotta get this sorted out. We will do it in the cheapest way, of course, or in the best way. You know,
Yeah.
best way, of course. We probably have
Don't think about cheapest,
some
by the way, because that if you get some
stuff.
people to really, if Elon Musk has Elon Musk money,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I'm sorry, front. I was
Oh, go on.
because of what I really meant. Because the thing is that I meant like
For
that there
everyone.
might be like friends that we can
Yeah, yeah.
stay at. For example, we don't need to like buy a room if we can. So in that way we can make it cheaper. But I realized we should make it better, not cheaper.
Exactly. I
Like
mean, most people are like, oh no, I'm going to lose this and I have to save this. If you have a few people seeing you what you have, and you bring people from the fucking Amazon, from
uh,
Peru, then coming to Norway, you can have people funding this thing, creating this fucking event that could be free for the people coming in there, but it is
no,
funded for the people who wants it to be created.
that's basically the dream of mine, to let people come to these places for free.
Yeah.
House.
Nice.
House.
Nice.
Really, I pray for that actually. Like that.
No, don't pray for it. Create it, because that is just
Yeah, like,
logistics.
I pray for it, and I pray for it, and I
Yeah.
let the creation happen.
I like that. I respect that. But
And I give thanks. I give thanks for the creation.
yeah,
Of creation.
yeah, because that's gonna happen. It's just an inevitability because you know the people in Norway, you know everything in between. It's just putting down the pieces and then just seeing how can you bring in other pieces to make that piece complete.
So, like, how can we do it though? How
The way
what
I
should
do it
I
is
do
I
from?
talk to people. I say I have this thing. Do you want to buy it?
No, no, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So the thing is in the creation, but I think the best thing for me is really to like still go on my path now, go to
Mm.
Brazil
Mm.
and live with the
Mm.
unicorns and learn this way for myself. I do this for myself actually. I see now,
Mm.
because I'm gonna learn to play the guitar. I learned to play the guitar, and like I learned to play drums and Queen chants and everything. And this the celebration parts of this is gonna be
Nice.
epic when we come to Norway. I don't think you have any idea of how epic the ceremonies are,
Oh, I
man.
have a
So I really
feeling
hope.
it's gonna be more than that.
Yeah. So, but you are really doing good now. So, like, do you have a goal for when you are in here in the jungle or in the valley
I
or
have
what's it?
my goals are so big that the ayahuasca trip is just going to be a small fraction of an experience to reach that goal. And that's why I wanted to take on you. I want to fucking challenge you here, Ro. Because if you're going to Brazil and if you're creating the best life that you can, generating an income based on you being free, which is a concept that most people can't wrap their head around, you have to have a huge goal and you have to talk about that goal so people can see it and support you in that goal. It has to be a goal. It has to be something that the huge problem that you want to have solved in the world.
Yeah, but like, what's the like? Like the thing is like humanity is not together as one, no?
Now,
And
currently.
I think now currently it is actually like we are all one.
Yeah, yeah.
We might there's maybe maybe still right now maybe in distance might be some people that still live in the illusion that don't really see that we are all one. But that's really fading away.
Yeah.
That's what's happening now, and this is what we are creating. This is what we are working for. Really, if you get what I'm saying.
I get what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's basically it, though. No, like to like come together as one, or like realize that we are one.
Yeah.
Don't want to like
Yeah, I know what
stumble.
you mean, but I think that once you are one, once you are cooperating as one, what happens? What can people see as something good from being one? I see it as if you are like one tribe supporting each other, first of all, the fucking kids are going to be superhuman. They're going to know about quantum physics when they're
Oh,
5. Education,
yeah.
fuck education. School is not going to get in the way of education anymore because education comes from the wise people telling them and
Oh,
experiencing.
oh,
Yeah.
oh. Imagine this life, man. Like wow. And this is what's happening now. This is basically what we are working for, not
Yeah.
to create this life.
Yeah. That's what you're
That's
doing. And if you're talking about those things, imagine. Well, actually, people are gonna
Yeah,
love that.
this is good to really set words on because I've been like stumbling a bit here before I feel, but now I'm like I'm learning to walk. Really, I'm thankfully because this is basically what we are talking about right
Yeah.
now. You're teaching a kid like something from your experience.
Yeah.
Basically, you know what I mean. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is true life, no? True life. Oh, that would be cool. True life. Ouch. So yeah,
I can hook you up with George if you want to do a True Life
yeah,
podcast. Yeah.
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. Actually, but that happens when that would be amazing. Actually, that would be real cool. That would be profound. Because it's like, so, but yeah. Wow. No, sometimes when like these things happen, because in these moments, though, this is because I believe like the conversations we are having here, they mean a lot for my life. Like they are huge. They are a big change in my life, in the right direction for sure.
Mm.
I'm thankful. So when I talk to these people with this experience and I receive this knowledge, like it might take some time before I like okay, because I'm young, maybe I don't know.
You're
But
you're ridiculously young. Like you have such a huge life ahead of you. It's insane. 23. It's insane.
yeah,
To be honest.
I'm thankful. Okay.
Yeah. But you just need
I
a
actually,
compass, like a huge, huge freaking goal, and just this is what I'm fucking doing. This is what I'm gonna do because I'm a fucking legacy forger, and I'm gonna do it because you're doing it. You're in Peru. You have a story that
I,
is interesting.
I'm doing it. Yeah, as I said that when I'm in Norway, now I'm actually in Peru.
Yeah.
I'm actually living with the Shipiro family.
Yeah.
But now I'm actually in Brazil, and I'm actually living with the Silnicons.
That's
Actually,
interesting. The fact that you're talking like that. You've always done that, and I respect the fuck out of you because of that. But it's
yeah,
because for me it's like feeling where you want to be and being thankful for that it is possible, being a possibility to happen and has happened. You just being fuck.
huh.
I love this because then that energy is gonna just attract more. You're thankful for the future that you're seeing in your head. The universe is gonna be like, huh, I'm gonna give you that and let's see if you're ready. And then comes, then things happen.
You see,
Yeah.
this is true emotion as well. This is real gratitude for this moment, actually.
Yeah. It's amazing because we're on the same frequency. And that frequency, I don't think there's a fucking limit. And I'm still thinking about this. What happens when there's 400 people in the same frequency blowing the horn for a fucking minute straight? What happens? Because I think there's gonna be some seismic freaking countdowns all over the place.
And we're actually doing that. Huh?
Yes,
What's happening now?
we are.
Of course, that's in the way. That's just this is yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I love that sound.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
best sound in coaching.
Yeah, I love it as well.
Yeah.
Like I was missing a horn. I gifted away my horn. Gifted it away. I want to bring it to Peru. That would be cool. I have a horn here, but I've seen some on the market, so to be honest.
The horn is gonna come. Yeah. I think I haven't found my horn. I gave my horn to Violetta, and the other horn I gave to Marius, and because I feel like my horn is still finding me. And that's interesting.
Maybe these are seeds.
Maybe.
For all the people that's coming for
Maybe.
the horn, because now a lot of people get to know about the horn.
Yeah, and also
get to try.
Yeah, but you know how it is. Like when you're not aligned, you're not getting a sound from the horn. It's gonna know your bullshit. It's like fucking Liberty Caps. But if you blow and you find your harmony, you feel different. And so now the tribe experience is also when they come to the tribe experience on Thursday, they get a rune stone, a polished stone, and a horn that is not really done anything with because you are going to create your horn during this experience. And when you're done, you're going to carve the bind rune of your values of what you learned during the tribe experience. So you always have that token of being in the transformational paradigm shifting event. It's going to be amazing. And that's just a start because I see this as merging the worlds, right? We have ancient knowledge, but we're merging it with current cutting edge technology. So having a rune stone that is with an RFID chip so that you can kind of scan it on these Valhalla centers. You get access to the tribe rooms and the Airbnbs and the nomad, everything. You're living your life. You're getting paid from living your best freedom life. And you have access to these amazing fucking places around the world just scanning your runestone. It's going to be amazing.
That sounds, it's profound actually.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
profound.
And imagine this. If 1 million people saw this video, you can bet your freaking ass that there are people in there that has the same vision and they have the technology and the skills or the resources to make that happen. So when I speak about the things that I see in my head and the things that I'm working on, people come into my life because they heard a sentence and there's like, I can help you with that. Here. And all of a sudden you see the dream just... It's insane. Yeah.
I'm thankful for these people.
Yeah.
Being here today, watching this, really means a lot. It does.
Yeah, it's pretty profound because I could literally be talking to my great granddaughter right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I can be talking to a person in the year
Oh,
3000 right now.
Ooh,
How is
of
the
course.
weather? Do we still have it? You know, it's insane because if you think about the power of your words, where you put them, they're going to stay forever. Be that a book, a video,
Wow.
whatever.
Cool, because like I've been thinking, like I was remembering, like I was in my creation and I was like sort of like connecting like with my children basically.
Ooh,
Like because they are doing ceremony with ayahuasca as well,
nice.
and like it keeps on going, you know. And like so, yeah. As I understood, like we're good actually with the future and
Yeah.
like our maybe just our grandchildren. I heard that like yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
I think that
We're good.
everything comes down to
just, you know,
stories. Yeah.
I love you. Keep on being yourself, huh? Like keep on doing your thing as you do. If there's still computers at the store, like
Yeah.
YouTube, if you will,
Good question.
should we a hard drive? Like, should
Maybe it's even not a hard drive. Maybe the quantum, because now we have 16-bit quantum or 16-qubit quantum computers. Maybe now the videos are just stored in the consciousness itself. So you're just
like,
thinking about the fucking... Who knows?
yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Somehow.
probably. It's
And,
insane.
like, there's probably no need. Like after a while, people probably don't need to like walk around anymore.
No.
People can just like in
Yeah.
their head.
See, I've been thinking about that.
And probably that's when we detach ourselves from like maybe physical realms.
Yeah. We already do
Like,
it through meditation
yeah.
and death and coma and all these things. Because Black Mirror already did it. They had people hooked up like the Matrix, living in a virtual world. But now, with everything we're learning about the consciousness and that the global consciousness is rising with frequency, we don't know what the fuck is going to happen because of that. Because we've never had it happen before. And we know that there are more things that we understand. So all of a sudden, we just...
Actually, I think you would be interested to talking with Christina because she's very connected with Saint Germain, and you want to know about the Saint Germain as well.
Yeah,
And basically, yeah, because I heard that like basically in 2050, 2050, basically that's when the world like comes together in singularity.
That makes sense.
But also there's a shift basically. There might come a blue moon, not blue sun, because when we are all that connected and are able to like believe it or so, as I understood, as one consciousness, we are able to maybe like shift our reality. I think that's what it means. So we're able to as one consciousness being able to like shift our reality in the physical realm. Maybe we can like imagine this world.
And theoretically, we don't even know if it happens because now the 16-qubit quantum computer that is currently working, like we have this technology, because that operates on the fucking quantum level, like it operates in atoms and stuff in the freaking fabric of the universe. So we don't know if we've already shifted. If we all of a sudden saw a blue sun, we would probably not think twice about it because we've always seen the blue sun in that dimension. We don't even know that we shifted into it. There's so many interesting what ifs in that. But there was something that I wanted to bring over, but it's not probably important right now. It's not meant to be. We have reached an hour, and I love the entire freaking story that you're
Yeah,
doing.
me too, man. This is gold. Like, oh yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, also, I want to. Speaking of stories, I have this idea, which I think everyone listening, which camera am I on? That one. If you have kids, or if you have a human in your life, or if you are a human, or if you are a sentient being who can share stories, then one of the biggest regrets that I had from my grandfather is that he did not share his life. He did not share what made him him, right? And I think that if people knew where they came from really, and if they knew what made the world go around as they got brought into it, or their lineage came into be, whatever it is, the wisdom of your lineage, the world would be a better place. And people today share more TikTok dance videos than they share actual helpful stories. So I had an idea, and I think that this is going to be very interesting for a lot of people. I have 2 kids, and I want to create a story that is almost like Harry Potter, like it's based on Tyr and Yggdrasil, 2 people in a story that is having adventures that is kind of a reflection of the adventures that my kids have in their life. So it's going to be like this ever-growing story and never-ending story, basically, until they die. Maybe they have kids in the story and they have to continue the story. But you're leaving your legacy. You're leaving the people something that they can get to know you through. So now when you talk to people in the year 3000, why not? And then if you're doing that, why not do that in the most entertaining way for them in the future? So creating a story based on these people is just going to be a freaking epic saga that is going to teach people, right?
This is profound, man. Like,
Yeah.
realize, like, and it's like social media. It's like,
Yeah.
it's the book for my
Yeah.
as like I just like to show maybe like I'm not sure, but like I just
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
like
people saw books as something that you wasted time on before. Now, social media is the new form
yeah.
of people taking in knowledge. We just have to use it in the best way.
It it was also a bit scary for me because I realized like because I do believe that we have evolved like in some kind of further future,
Yeah.
that we are able to like detach, like maybe we're out of consciousness or whatever, but like then it's possible to like show that something from this style actually like.
Yeah.
And if it's possible from that time to do some kind of time traveling,
Mhm.
maybe it's possible to like connect each other with like
Yeah.
our future selves. And for sure, my ancestry and like my legacy and everything is with these plant medicines, and these plant medicines help us being able to like go through different dimensions,
Mhm.
to like maybe get what we need.
Yeah.
So it's possible for sure to connect with this with myself actually. My lineage, like I am my lineage.
Yeah.
Right. Lineage, right word.
Yeah. Lineage, family tree. You're like the root of your family tree. Like,
So cool.
yeah. And I, thinking of it right now, if you have a whole bunch of information of who you are and how you see the world online, it doesn't take a lot for the current technology today to create you, to clone you, to make you digital, right? And if you see that you are basically a vessel for the message that you are delivering the world, it doesn't make sense, or it doesn't matter if you're dead or not when you're sharing that message. So meaning every video, every piece of thing that you put out there is a part of your message, making that future, perhaps digital you, that much more able to deliver a effective message that's going to help the people in the future. Because right now we're fucking things up. I mean, let's be real. Social media hasn't really done us any favors. We have to kind of shift the whole ship.
What do we want them to know though?
Believe in themselves.
Exactly.
Believe that everything is them and they are everything, and they are limitless in the creative power through love.
I just realized how impressive, how cool this is to have this knowledge, not only for like our like 3,000 years in the future type thing, but like for like our children,
Yeah.
for our grandchildren to have like this book
Yeah.
basically, this digital book to just search down. So it's important
Yeah.
to share wisdom,
Yeah.
to share our knowledge, and to see also like that's what I shared for. Thank you for that one. But like it's for us all, like since we are all one as well.
Yeah.
Like, well, thank you, brother. Really, that's profound. Yeah, it's profound because it gives more meaning now, and like it shows like how the importance of this is as well.
Yeah.
To like do it in a way.
Yeah, and historically, in the future, you're talking from a place of extreme turmoil in the world. Like Maui burned, for instance. There's a lot of fucking things that is happening right now that is going to be known through history as one of the stupidest moments of humankind. We have done stuff with the whole 2020, the pandemic, all the things that has happened, from the presidents and whatever have you. Everything right now is kind of on top of each other, like the education system, the mental health system, the fucking everything. So we are talking from a place that in the future is probably going to be very interesting to see from like way back then that happened. And we were able to communicate something that actually helped the future be what it is. Because we didn't stay silent when we saw all these things happening. This is historical moments.
And maybe it's the future also, because I was like thinking, like I was thinking of when it comes to like the president, like Donald Trump's president. I was like thinking like how much that looks like a joke, but also maybe it's to like plant some seeds, man, to show the world what's going on, because Donald Trump, like, everybody knows it's just about the money, man.
Yeah.
And maybe it's to make that more, so that people are more aware of like the system and what's going on here. Maybe it's just a seed that we needed to plant.
Yeah.
To get people to raise their consciousness.
Yeah.
And then basically Kanye West almost became president for some reason.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has already been a governor. So.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. And we don't have to. He was. Like, so you can just go back and see his candidacy. But the thing is, right now, because we have to end this, there is one thing that I think is very important to have in this video. Because 14th of April, or 14th of August, which is now 2 weeks ago, 𝐓𝐴, which is still a name I didn't really bother to memorize, but 𝐓𝐴 released the first governmental approved psychedelic therapy aided practitioners guide. FDA approved. So that the FDA, the governments, are now trying to put systems in place so that you have to be certified to conduct psychedelic experiences. And now that they have done that, it's basically the first move to turn psychedelics into the cannabis industry. And it's going to blow up way more than the cannabis industry ever could. So it's our and it's our duty now then to put our guidelines out there saying that, well, you fucked up there. This is keeping it in a box. You're limiting it here. This is clearly to make profit. Like, just see the system for the bullshit that it is, and then put our proven results out there right now. Because as I said, Marius, he went from 0 to hero through a mental asylum, drug-induced, mind you, and he's now outside of it. And we documented everything, and TV2 is going to have us talk about it.
I knew that. Yes, I knew that he was strong. I knew it, man. I knew it. I was like, yes, I knew this was for the reason.
Yep.
It is,
man. The knowing. It is the knowing.
Because I was so sure, because when we were talking to Marius, no, it was like, for me, it was like, I didn't know I could do this type of conversations, but okay, let's go. Yeah. Let's go. And like, I was strong. So I was like, I do believe it's hope for these people that's in the mental institution to play because of this. For sure, we can talk them back, basically. Yeah. This is the importance of shamans, basically, in ceremonies as well.
Integration, so, This is the importance of taking the theory on the driver's license, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're more likely to crash. Like, it's just knowing about the concepts. You can't understand a concept like Christ consciousness if you've never heard anything about it. That is literally what happened. Like, if you feel all-powerful, able to do anything and create anything, then coming to grips with that insanity of an emotion is a battle in itself. And he was living in a fucking concrete room alone for 3 years. He had nobody to talk with. So he just made sense of it the way he could. It makes sense. And then, the system just branded him and labels him and put him on medication. It chemically limits him from feeling high vibrations. You don't feel bad, but you don't feel good either. You're fucking zombified. And that
Yeah.
is medication.
They tried to give me too.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, this is a process. I want to go through this without pills.
Holy shit.
Thankfully.
What do they want to give you?
Like antipsychotic stuff.
Oh, the fucking antipsychotic. It's insane. Like, just seeing that being portrayed as a medicine. Painkiller is a series on Netflix right now. How 𝐓𝐴 the analog of heroin, got so marketed and so popular and so approved and, you know, good medication because of is believed to be less addictive. Yet people were dying. So the fact that it is said so in documentation made everything okay. People died all over the place, but it was a accepted freaking drug. That's how bad it is. Like, we have a medication that is powerful actually to transform and fix the problem instead of treating the symptom.
Yeah,
fucking.
You see, like, people like me, like, unfortunately, right now I'm like a rare case. One of those who actually got out of drugs and like got out of that environment. And plants are definitively what helped me, and I've been spreading this word within this mental health organizations now.
Yeah.
I've been showing my story. Actually, have shown my story. I've actually done like, as I remember now, like what's it called, like a conference or like a talk at the school, sharing my story about this as well.
Yeah.
From the community where I went through it.
Exactly.
It's profound. It's profound, but like
it's unfathomable.
Oh, it's unfathomable. It is.
Right, brother. I'm gonna have to close it off. I love your face. Thank you so much for your journey. And I'm gonna hit you up again because we have to have more conversations. I'm also gonna help you with your website. So if people go to the website that is in the description, they will find more about you. And if it's not there right now, it's gonna be put there. Because all of this is just building your system as you're living your freedom life, helping other people live their freedom life, and it's just a fair exchange of energy. That's all it is. Money is not a problem in this world if you know what you're doing. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta catch up because there's. I hope to get into this guy, but like, there's. I just met this guy from Ukraine. And he's like very, very into Viking stuff. He carries around with some runes, and he did some runes with me. And also, he's been living with Holy Queens and doing ayahuasca for some years and serving the medicine. And he's a guy who's like he's been doing ayahuasca every day for like 3 months and stuff just to learn of the medicine. He told me I needed to do this to really like learn. But like, I'm not sure, but like, I really want to get into this guy. He's very strong.
Wow.
Listen, myself stuff as well.
That's interesting. I was
like, you should meet him. He told me he's Odin, actually.
Interesting. It's time he met Thor. All right. Dude, I love your face.
I told him. I love it too, brother.
All right. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Dude.